Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby.
Training your pets is important for a pet owner, but Hasan Piker doesn't know how to train his pets correctly. Recently on a stream that he did, Hasan Piker used a shock collar on his dog to basically train the dog, which doesn't really make much sense because that's not really proper training. Some people are saying and claiming, especially him, that it isn't a shock collar, that this is just a regular one that vibrates. So with that being in mind, I'm gonna let everybody watch this clip and then I'll come back to you with our own opinions that we have about the situation.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just, you're making her stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom. No, she doesn't want to come over here to see what's up. She just wants to fucking roam the house because she got to roam the house when I was gone. And she needs to literally have the same structured, regimented.
Obviously, anyone with a fucking brain cell could really see the dog getting shocked here, because why else would the dog react to that in a weird way when the dog was being very slow, just moving around, stretching? And you can even see him when he screamed at the dog. The dog decided to go back on there, but no, he just took it one step further and just said, no, fuck you. Before you try to say, oh, maybe the dog was just being all over the place and was probably just being a nuisance. No, because this guy actually was on this guy's stream and it was over 4 fucking hours. He recorded the whole thing and even sped it up. I'm gonna skip the part where he actually has the little clip we just saw played. But yeah, 4 hours and 12 minutes. This dog has been sitting there on this fucking bed, not moving a damn muscle, but once the dog does, he has a problem about it. But it gets even worse because it's not just this stream, there's multiple streams, and he even admitted that this dog has been on plenty of streams doing the same thing. So you already know how uncomfortable it is for an animal just to just sit by itself. I mean, us humans can't even just sit still. I mean, you know how much it hurts? We have to like get up, stretch around. That's what the dog was fucking doing. But he tried to explain it to everybody, and this is his little explanation as to why he doesn't like the dog roaming around.
You let her roam around the house? I'm not a hate watcher, just curious. Okay, so let me address a couple things really quickly. First and foremost, I have done this. I have addressed this a million times over. Not only have I addressed this, but I've also shown in videos like Kaya's day-to-day experiences and stuff like that. Obviously, she gets out. She has an incredibly active morning. And not only that, but she also has an incredibly active afternoon. She gets 2 hours of playtime every morning. At either the gym or at the park that I go to. And then as a big dog, as big dogs oftentimes do, she passes the fuck out for extended periods of time throughout the day. As far as not letting her roam in the room itself, there's a very specific purpose for that. That is because, and this is something that I've described over and over again, the reason why she's not allowed to roam inside of this room, with the exception of like stretching or getting up, getting down, drinking water, things like that, is because she likes to lay on the ground. When she lays on the ground, that's terrible for her fucking joints. Every single thing that I do with this dog is either with a professional dog trainer or with a vet. Okay? Professional dog trainer or a vet. A lot of people don't understand how serious this is to take care of your dog. How important it is to make sure that you have like proper activity, proper socializing, and to make sure that your dog gets out, make sure that your dog is actually active, and more importantly, make sure that your dog has a regimented and very structured life.
But that whole fucking explanation, dude, that was retarded. I'm sorry. So why even have her in the first place in your fucking room or even stream in that area? Because you're trying to say, in this specific room, I don't want that because she likes to lay in the ground, which is hard for her joints, which I fully fucking disagree. I don't even think at all that's bad for her joints, because you could also push it down so it doesn't be bad for her joints or something to hurt the dog or whatever you think it's bad for the health. There's loads of things you could have done. Like you said, you are always streaming in that room and that dog has always been with you when you stream. So tell me, why the fuck are you not putting any goddamn dog-proof things anywhere around in that room, or especially on the ground, since you like to say the dog likes to be on the ground? And if anything, the dog is roaming around. You just yelled at it multiple times. This isn't just the first time. There's multiple fucking times he's done this. I'm gonna show one of them later on because it goes on to another point that I gotta come across with this, but this is not at all what the dog was going to do. You can even see the dog just decided to get up from sitting down for like 2 hours doing nothing. You're saying you do all this stuff with the dog that it will pass out because it's a big dog. Might make sense, yes, but treating it like this just for moving is so obsolete with anything you say. But he tries to say that this is not a shock collar. This whole thing isn't a shock collar. What he's trying to say is that he's not abusive and what he's doing it's good, apparently. So he showed us the shock collar. Oh, I'm sorry, the vibration collar, which there's things like a flashlight and a tracker on it, which makes sense why a tracker is definitely on it. And the flashlight is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie, especially when it's nighttime. You have your own personal flashlight. The dog knows where he can roam around better. But this is where it gets a little iffy. As he shows this, everybody has been pointing it out. There's a picture right here where it's basically showing us that it's a shock collar. There's this little bump that has the same thing as that rather than it having it on a vibration collar. And there's another person on here that enhanced the brightness and lowered down the contrasts and did other things to show it is basically a piece of tape that he put around the collar to hide himself, claiming that it isn't a shock collar, which it does seem like there is tape on it. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to try to say that he did tape it, just in case if it does turn out to be a lie or just a fabricated theory. I just wanted to point that out because it does seem very important to the discussion, because as you've seen, he likes to lie a lot. Like, this guy loves to lie. He loves to spread propaganda and just basically be an unhinged lunatic. Also, the other clip, like I said before, about I was going to show it later on, this is the clip right here where the dog decided to try to roam around, and once he started yelling at the dog just decided to go back to the bed because, yeah, just roaming around again makes them piss the fuck off. But there's a very important detail here. Notice that the green light blinks on the collar. This is one of the reasons why people saying it is a shock collar, because that green light isn't supposed to be in that area. There was another streamer that was going through that whole thing as well. Other streamers and YouTubers have been saying the same thing, that the green light wouldn't be in a certain area if it wasn't a shock collar. If it was, then it would be aiming another way. Sorry about a little future update while editing this, but there has been so much stuff that was popping up during my 3 days of editing, only because obviously I have a life, so it's hard for me to fucking edit videos, especially commentary. Regardless, I showed you XQC little screenshot of him basically like drawing and showing people how it doesn't make any sense. Well, there's another YouTuber who really did go deep down into this and showed what the internet has showed, and actually gave some more details on why the collar looks weird when Hasan showed it, which also confirmed that he put tape on it.
The internet got a good enough look at the particular model of collar to confirm the exact model of shock collar it very clearly is, the ET300, and we're comparing it to the vibration-only counterpart, the PG300, showing numerous discrepancies proving that it is indeed the shock collar variant. And for those asking why it didn't have prongs when Hasan Piker showed it on stream, well, it turns out you can very easily remove the prongs off of the collar, and to try to cover it up, Hasan Piker just used some black masking tape. And the masking masking tape becomes more visible once you increase the exposure of the footage. So not only did he use a shock collar, but he has since altered it to try to cover up what he did.
Yeah, so he basically already used the shock collar, he just decided to try to take it apart, just so then when he showed it on live, he wouldn't get in trouble. Basically, like, it was his little way of saying, yeah, well, joke's on you, I didn't do it, when you so fully did fucking do it. There's also a clip of him 6 years ago, pulling a dog by the tail.
Stay. If you run right now, I'll fucking kill you. Like, I'll actually kill you, okay? In front of everyone. Stay. Come here.
But that wasn't the insane one I've seen. I've actually seen a conversation just in real life talking about the shock collar. This guy basically was talking about training and stuff, and then shock collars came out. Hasan basically agreed, yeah, it's like good. You don't need to have a leash or anything on the dog.
I have the best trainer in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
His name is Pat. Do you send him for
He trained my dog, too.
And my dog.
Brian.
You sent him for 2 weeks?
2 or 3 weeks. You have to, bro.
What does he get trained to do?
Everything. Shock on, strong collar, shock collar.
He'll get training to like
Kaya?
basically be off collar.
Do you know
Like
Kaya?
you don't need to ever have a leash on him.
Really?
Do you know Kaya?
My dog?
Cooking with Kaya?
No, my dog.
Oh, no.
Well, dude, we have the
Oh, yeah, I met your dog.
Yes.
It's basketball man.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have the best
She's
dogs.
very well trained.
I was going to show this clip. This would have been my final one until this recently stuff happened. But when he was talking about how he was doing with professional dogs and trainers and stuff, I guess a year ago this happened. So he was talking to this girl in his stream, and she was trying to take off the collar, and the collar was actually too tight.
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we can.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
She's like, it's 'cause she has a lot of neck meat.
See, people basically were saying this is proof because when he was about to say what kind of collar it is, he kind of stopped himself. But it's also like an iffy thing because it's a yes or no thing where, yeah, probably she's a professional, right? She would know about the shock collars and whatever collars people use, or she's probably just not really well known about certain collars, but who knows? It is a professional, so it could be a 50-50 she already knew or not. But yeah, that's why people clipped that and found that because it was a strange thing. But I think the worst one was this clip right here, where he basically had a different angle, and the only thing he moves on the table is the fucking remote or the shock collar, whatever it is. I want to say it's a remote. Regardless, he moves only that specific item away from the fucking camera. Pretty coincidental. There's also other streamers. This girl basically fucked up by trying to defend Hasan to go straight into politics.
Well, first of all, the clip did look horrible. The clip was really bad. It was so bad. And it's understandable why everyone was freaking out about it, but I can verify that Kaya is the most loved and spoiled and just the most well-trained and best little baby or big baby that I have ever been around and that I have ever seen. So it's kind of crazy. You would think that this kind of outrage, we would have seen it towards like the genocide and stuff, but this priorities in this world are not where they should be. But alas, you would say that. Keith, what do you want me to say?
Just be more strategic.
This beautiful dog is getting abused on camera. Like, come on.
Let me cook.
Let's switch it. Let's
Use your
format
brain.
one.
I think people just hate him for other reasons and are just digging.
Like, are we running?
I just wish that more people would put more energy into hating like traffickers, genocide
You can save.
people with genocidal apologists, like people that are like
Like, you can
getting
play here.
and people that are getting killed, all these kids that are getting murdered, like actual criminals. Like, where is the energy?
Okay.
Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Why would we care about animal abuse when there's wars going on in the place? Yeah, that makes total sense. There's other things going bad. There's homeless. The government shut down. Why are we talking about this specific thing, guys? Grow up. And then she apologized for it. Somehow fucked up and had to apologize again because her chat didn't like her talking to Asmongold. Whoops. But this is the final clip of the century that, just like what that other girl said, that it's not a shock collar, whoever this girl is, they're saying it's QT Cinderella. I don't watch Twitch, so I don't know any of these streamers. She basically closed the case. It's a fucking shock collar, and this is why.
I have never seen the dog get shocked. That's my take. I've never seen the dog
What about the
get
clip,
shocked.
though? What about the clip?
The clip is insane.
Okay.
Like, the clip looks awful. He has a vibrating collar, and it looks like, I've seen it, because guys, I'm a psychopath. I love dogs, okay? You've seen me bathe my dog. No, it's just so annoying because people have made it so much better. You're probably right. You clip this, you're a pedophile. Anyway, so what I gotta say, I'm in his house. I looked at the collar. The collar is taped off where I think there would be prongs.
Yes.
There's no zap. There's only a vibrate function.
Yeah. So I would agree to that. If I didn't have like my own collar and I put it over like my hoodie and shocked myself on level 10 and it almost took off my neck. I'm not
No, there's no shock. Like the electric prongs are taken out of it.
But here's my thing, right?
Like it's only a vibrate. Like there's a setting for vibrate and there's a setting for shock.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So there's only since the prongs are in it only vibrates.
So what you're saying is you're defending
that whimper couldn't have been due to a vibrate. I don't think it's anywhere.
Well,
here's my thing. I'm getting chatter saying they're clipping this.
The craziest thing is this girl is so much in denial. So you explain to everybody he bought the shock collar, but he took the prongs out because you literally just admitted that there's two versions, vibrating setting and shock setting. You do admit to everybody it's a shock collar and he used it on the dog, but you're so far deep in your own asshole you don't want to fully admit that yourself. So this is already case closed. He did use the shock collar. And even if he's trying to defend this, saying, well, he didn't have the shock setting on, he still fucking uses it on the dog for quote-unquote training purposes. And this is where I'm going to redo my conclusion here. He does not know how to fucking train his dog. If you're doing this shit to a fucking dog, you are legit going into some fucking military base for animals, because this is how much abuse you're doing. I've seen countless clips of Hasan and his dog trying to basically either conclude something or show, oh yeah, no, she's spoiled, look what she's doing. Moving the fuck around is not being spoiled. Every fucking animal does that. Like I said for my other conclusion, that's going to be for right now, take the fucking dog away from the goddamn streaming room. It's not that hard. Dog proof your damn room if you don't want to. Don't try to say it's bad for her joints. Don't try to say that it's good for the dog to just sit on a bed, because that does not look comfy at all. I mean, there was even clips where somebody was saying that the mother was calling the dog and he legit stopped the dog from going to the scream of the mother and told her to sit her ass down and says, don't worry about it. Now, I don't know what the mother, if she was just calling the dog to come over or what, but that's fucked up. Saying that that's also some kind of way of the dog being spoiled because somebody's calling its fucking name. But then again, this is Hasan. Hasan hates anything that he isn't in control over. He likes to spread a lot of propaganda, like I already said. So him basically admitting to everybody that he does use this shit but then tries to hide it from everyone just makes fucking sense. It would have been less damage control if he did say, yeah, I use a shock collar, and everybody would just not need to go on this fucking tyrant, because now they just went so far deep in this guy's ass crack that they just spit out a butt baby and showed it to the world. This is basically him being exposed for the type of person he is. And I don't know why it took people this long to realize that he's just an incredible piece of shit. I thought we would have known that years ago, but apparently, I guess not. With that being said, this is hopefully the conclusion. I don't think there's anything else going to be out in the blue, out in the open, people are going to be able to see, because even if it is, we already know and we already have proof and data. We already just get people exposed. You're trying to say that he doesn't do this and then try to gaslight everyone by lying and trying to manipulate your words to say that it isn't shock collar, but it is. So peace out, motherfuckers. Treat your animals with respect. Don't be a Hasan and think that it's for training purposes, because there's loads of other ways to train train animals, which is why I said in the beginning, it is important for pet owners to be training their animals and do it right 100%, because if they don't know how to do stuff, they shouldn't have a pet, because it's easy to train an animal. Doing this type of stuff and doing animal abuse basically shows that you just are not well in the head, and you just are not able to have the level of patience to fully train an animal properly. Oh yeah, further on, I forgot about this little detail. Please don't leave the video yet. So people in his fan base are actually trying to defend him still to this day, saying that the clip was actually in poor take. So like the girl just admitted, saying like, oh yeah, the clip kind of looks bad. Yeah, I actually see him never get shot. His fan base are basically trying to use this clip, and what they were trying to do was show the dog's paw. So apparently the dog's paw got hit, and that's why it screamed. But later on, further got debunked, even by community notes, saying that it was literally edited, saying that they basically just slowed it down because they were trying to edit it in a way where it sounded like the dog got hit. But when you clearly watch the original video or the original stream, you can clearly see that the dog did not make a noise until that paw was already on the fucking bed. So further on explanation, they're trying to dig deep to defend Hasan, but there's no way to defend him in this case.